Okay, so today we're going to discuss about Newton's laws of motion. So first, let us define what a force is. So a force refers to an interaction with an object by means of muscular activity and some change in the object's velocity. A force is a vector quantity describing the push or a pull of an object. And forces are measured in Newton. So the unit that we're going to use for the force is Newton. And this is after Sir Isaac Newton's. So a Newton is not a base unit, but instead of a derived unit, equivalent to 1 kilogram meter per second squared. So again, ang 1 Newton is equivalent to 1 kilogram meter per second squared. Okay? So again, a force is simply a push or a pull. So there are types of forces, but before we do go to the type of forces, so take note that forces do not always causes motion. So when you are sitting, a gravitational force acting on your body and yet you remain stationary. So kapag nakaupo ka, so stationary lang siya, so hindi naman siya nag-cause ng motion. Even if you try to push a 10-wheeler truck, so hindi natin siya matutulak ng tayo mag-isa lang, so it always not causes motion. So try mong itulak ang pader, so if it this again, you applied a force but there is no motion. So again, these are the SI unit of force is in Newton. 1 Newton is equivalent to 1 kilogram meter per second squared, or that is 1/4 of the pound force. And 1 pound force is equal to 1 slug feet per second squared. So those are some of the conversion that may be used in converting Newton to another units. So the types of forces, first we have the contact forces. So they involve physical contact between two objects. So examples, when a coiled spring is pulled, the spring stretches. So when a stationary cord is pulled, the cord moves. So again, there should be a contact between the two objects to have a contact forces. Then when a football is kicked, it is both deformed and set in motion. Forces are the force exerted by gas molecules on the walls of the container, the force exerted by your feet on the floor. So all of that is required contact. Now, if there's a contact forces, there is what we call a field forces. So it does not involve physical contact between two objects. These forces act through empty space. Actually, we have three. The sample is for the gravitational force of attraction between two objects with mass. So meron tayong gravitational field. So that is one type of force. Then we also have number 3, the force of a magnet bar exerts on a piece of iron. So merong push and pull, pag yung nilagay natin yung magnet tapos pako, walang contact pero nahila siya. So that is a field force. And the last one is caused by the electric field. So tatlo yan, no? Gravitational field, electric field, and magnetic field. So Newton's first law of motion, so which is known as the law of inertia, it says that an object at rest will remain at rest and an object in motion will remain in motion at a constant velocity and in a straight line unless acted upon by an unbalanced force or a net force. So, ang table natin, mananatili yung at rest kung walang outside force, kung hindi mo siya itutulak. No? Mananatili siyang at rest. Ang LRT train, kapag dire-diretso lang siya sa pagtakbo, it will remain, first law pa rin siya, kung walang pagbabago ng velocity. And kahit batuhin ko yan yung LRT, hindi pa rin magbabago ang kanyang velocity. So, constant na kanyang velocity, then that is first law of motion. In the absence of the external forces and when viewed from internal reference frame, an object at rest remains at rest, and an object in motion continues in motion with a constant velocity. So, since the Newton's first law is known as the law of inertia, and let's define what inertia is. Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist a change in velocity, whether in motion or motionless, is known as the object's inertia. So let's say, for example, you try to push a 10-wheeler truck and you try to push a tricycle. When you push a tricycle, it may cause motion. But when you push a 10-wheeler truck, hindi siya nagmo-move. So, ibig sabihin, mas mataas ang inertia ng 10-wheeler truck. So, the measure of an object's inertia is its mass. And mass. For the purposes of this course, inertia and mass means the same thing. They are synonymous. Ang inertia, so when you think of inertia, think of the mass. As long as mas mataas ang mass, mas mataas ang inertia. So, sample, a 0.50 kilogram cart is rolling at a speed of 0.4 meter per second. If the speed of the cart is doubled, what happens to the inertia of the cart? So, guys, so what will happen? Yung cart tumatakbo with a constant velocity. Let's say, tumatakbo siya ng 2 meter per second, biglang dumoble, naging 4 meter per second. What happened to the inertia of the cart, please? So what happens to the inertia of the cart? Is it increase, stays the same, or decrease? So again, as I've said earlier, think of the mass when it comes to the inertia. Dumoble man ang velocity ng cart, hindi naman nagbago ang mass ng cart. So, this remain the same. So, no changes. Next. So, let us now differentiate between a mass and a weight. So, mass is a scalar quantity and it is the property of an object that specifies how much resistance an object exhibits to change its velocity. Mass is an inherent property of an object and it is independent of the object's surrounding and the method used to measure it. The SI unit of a mass is in kilogram. Now, for the weight, an object is equal to the magnitude of the gravitational force exerted on the object and varies with location. It is a vector quantity. The SI unit of weight is Newton. So, yung mass, kilogram. Weight, Newton. Yung mass does not vary with location. Weight, nagbabago ang weight. It depends on the location. And the relationship between the mass and the weight is that W or the weight is equal to mass times gravitational acceleration. Now, sige, Mas Kosa, what is your weight? Ano weight mo? So let's say for example, we have usually if they will ask us what is your weight, all we always say let's say 50 kilogram, 50 kilogram. But in physics, the kilogram is in mass. Mass, so 50 kilogram. So what is your weight? If I ask you what is your mass, then you must say 50 kilogram. Then if I ask you what is your weight, it should be 50 times 9.8. So what is the weight? Okay, so please 490. So again, this time if I ask you what is your weight, it should be 490 Newton. And what is your mass? 50 kilogram. So that's the difference between the weight and the mass. Now, if a man weighs 900 Newton on Earth, what would be his weight on Jupiter where the free fall acceleration is 25.9 meter per second squared? Okay, so what is the given? So what is the given? We have the weight in Earth. That would be 900 Newton. So of course, the G in Earth is 9.8. So yun G, gagawin natin positive muna, no? Pero pag ginawa na natin ito ng free body diagram, that is negative. Or the direction would be downward. Now, we are asked to determine for the weight in Jupiter, where the G in Jupiter is 25.9. So again, sabi nga natin kanina, the mass does not vary. Pero yung weight nagbabago. It depends on the location. Now, from this given, we can solve for the mass. So what is the mass? If weight is equal to mg. So the weight is 900 divided by 9.8. So what is the mass? What is the mass of the man? (91.84 kilogram). So, sa Earth, 91.8 kilogram ka. Pagdating din sa Jupiter, same pa rin ang mass mo. Hindi nagbabago ang mass. But your weight varies. So, in this case, sa weight mo na sa Jupiter, your mass is 91.84, pero iba na kasi ang gravity sa Jupiter, and that is 25.9. Kaya, pag nasa Jupiter ka, ano ang weight mo? So, that's 91.84 times 25.9. 2,378.66 Newton. Okay? So again, different weight but with the same mass. So that's what it means that the weight varies with location. So iba ang weight mo sa Jupiter, iba ang reading ng weight mo dito sa Earth. Okay? So next. Now for the Newton's second law of acceleration. The Newton's second law answers the question of what happens to an object that has one or more forces acting on it. When viewed from an inertial reference frame, the acceleration of an object is directly proportional to the net force acting on it and inversely proportional to its mass. So letter A is equal to F over M. F net when we say F net is the summation of the forces. So, in short, we can say that the vector force is equal to the mass times the acceleration vector, or F is equal to ma. So what is a net force? So this is just the vector sum of all the forces acting on an object. Kung sa first law, wala kasing outside force na nag-a-act kaya it remains at rest, kaya hindi nagbabago yung position. Ngayon, tinulak mo yung table. So dahil may outside force, nagkaroon ng pagbabago ng position at ng velocity. So dahil there is a change in velocity, there is an acceleration. Kaya yung second law is all about the law of acceleration. So, but before we proceed with that, let's have the free body diagram. So, ano ba yung free body diagram? So, this is known as FBD, simplified representations of an object, the body, in a problem, and includes force vectors acting on the object. This body is free because the diagram will show it without its surroundings. The body is free of its environment. This eliminates unnecessary information which might be given in a problem. So that is a free body diagram. So let us define what are the kinds of forces. So these are the forces that we can use in making a free body diagram. So una, we have the weight. So weight is the force which gravity pulls on an object. So the weight, again, that's W. So we denote that as W. The weight always acts downward. Normal force, this is the support force that acts upward perpendicular to the surface that supports the weight of an object, and we will denote that by letter N. Again, kapag nakapatong sa surface, may normal force. Then we have the applied force. So this is the effort or the force exerted on a body that may change its state of rest or in motion. So ito, pag meron natin tayong, pag okay, so ayan. Again, weight is the force which gravity pulls on an object. It always acts downward. Normal force, support force, the force that acts upward, perpendicular to the surface, that supports the weight on an object. So magkakaroon lang ng normal force, perpendicular siya kung ito ay nasa surface na kumokontra doon sa weight of the object. Now, ang applied force, force exerted on an object that may change its state of rest or in motion. So, ang applied force ay yung pagtulak mo or paghila mo ng isang object. Now, ang tension naman is the force that transmitted through a string, rope, cable, or wire. So, ang tawag natin sa force na nasa string, cable, or wire is the tension force. So there is also what we call a frictional force. So we will denote that at F sub F. The force resisting the relative motion of the solid surfaces. Fluid layers or materials elements sliding against each other, it is the resistance an object encounters is moving over another. So that is frictional force. So the coefficient of friction is a number which represent the friction between two surfaces. So, meron dalawang klase ng coefficient of friction. It may be a static friction or kinetic friction. The force of static keeps a stationary object at rest. Now, kapag ito ay na-overcome na, then there is what we call a kinetic friction. So, static meaning at rest. Kinetic meaning nag-move. So again, para magkaroon ng friction, it must be or you must have a two objects rubbing together. Okay, so let us draw the free body diagram of the following. So, number one, we will consider dalawa sa number one. So, first is at 2M. So, yung 2M, ito yung ating 2M, no? Nasa surface siya. At lahat naman ng bagay merong weight that acts downward. So, this is the weight of the 2M. Okay? Dahil nasa surface siya, merong perpendicular force and that is what we call the normal force. And then, hinihila siya to the right. And we will denote that as the tension. So, not applied, no? May tension force kasi may gamit ng tali. And then, we have here the applied force. And this is 30 degrees. So, that is the free body diagram at 2M. Now, let us consider at M. Ito, let this point would be M. So, yung M, laging yan. Object, meron siyang weight. So, this is the weight of the M. Nasa surface ba? Hindi naman, since hindi siya nakapatong sa surface, so walang normal force. So, ang nag-aak lang sa letter M, ito, weight niya pababa, saka tension. Siyempre, yung tension naman dito, to make it in equilibrium, that would be upward. So, tension, pataas, then weight naman, pababa. Okay? So, that is the free body diagram for number 1. Now, how about for number 2? Okay, so dito muna tayo, no? So, ito, automatic, meron tayo ditong weight. Kasi yung object, lagay naman may weight. And then, meron, dahil nasa surface, merong perpendicular. So, dahil naka-incline siya, so nakatagilid din yung ating normal force. Kasi sabi natin, pag perpendicular, magkakaroon dapat ng 90 degrees doon sa surface. So, kung try natin siyang iikot, let this be negative x, let this be positive x, then ito naman pataas is yung positive y. So, iikot lang natin. Ito yung positive y, negative y, positive x, negative x. So, in short, between negative x and positive y, yung ating w. So, nandito si w. Okay? But the question is, nasaan yung theta? So, yung theta is nakakabit sa saan nakakabit yung ating theta? Negative y. So, sa incline, this would be our theta. So, that is the free body diagram for number 2. Now, for number 3, obviously, yung box may weight pababa. Pero, wala sa surface, kaya wala tong normal force. Meron lang theta 1 and theta 2, tali. So, meron tayo ditong tension, meron din tayo ditong tension. Let this be tension 1 and let this be tension 2. Then, this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. So, that is the free body diagram for number 3. Okay, so let's have sample problem. A 300 kilogram object, so given mass 3 kilogram, undergoes an acceleration given by the acceleration vector is 12 I hat plus 5 j hat. Find the resultant force acting on it and the magnitude of the resultant force. So vector force is equal to the mass times the acceleration vector. So vector force is simply equal to 3 times 12 I hat plus 5 j hat. So what is the vector force? So if we're going to distribute 3 times 12, that will be 36 I hat plus 15 j hat. And this is in Newton. But again, we are asked for the magnitude of the resultant force. So what is F? So F is equal to square root of 36 squared plus 15 squared. So what is the force? (39 Newton. Okay? Okay, number 5. If the only forces acting on a 2 kilogram mass or, so meron tayong dalawang forces, 3i hat minus 8j hat, and the second force is 5i hat plus 3j hat. What is the magnitude of the acceleration of the particle? So nawawala yung letter A. So letter A yan nawawala. Given tayo ng mass 2 kilogram. So paano ba natin makukuha yung A? But A is equal to F net over M. So ano ba yung F net? 'Di ba kanina sabi natin by definition, ang F net is the summation of all the forces. Kaya ang ating F net is F1 plus F2. So ano ba yung F1? 3i hat minus 8j hat. I-add natin sa 5i hat plus 3j hat. So combine like terms, I with I, 3i plus 5i, that would be 8i hat. Then negative 8j plus 3j is negative 5j. So this is now the F net. But again, ang kailangan natin is the acceleration vector. The acceleration vector is F net, which is 8i hat minus 5j hat, divided by the mass, which is 2. So the acceleration vector is 8 divided by 2, that will give us 4i hat. Then negative 5 divided by 2 is negative 2.5 j hat. And this is in meter per second squared. So this is now the acceleration vector. But we are also asked to determine for the magnitude. So what is letter A? So A equals the square root of 4 square plus negative 2.5 square. So what is A? (4.72 meter per second square). Okay, let's proceed with our next example. Number 6. A block is pushed up a frictionless 30 degrees inclined by and applied for as shown. If 25 Newton and the mass is 3 kilogram, what is the magnitude of the resulting acceleration of the block? Okay, so that is the figure. Now, what would be the free body diagram first? Now, again, meron tong object, meron tayong weight, no? So, weight nito, which is equal to the mass, which is 3 kilogram. And we have to multiply this by 9.8. Then, syempre, meron tong normal force kasi nga nasa surface. Now, ang tendency kapag inikot natin, di ba guys, pwede tong X na lang yung galaw. No? Pag trinay natin yung box, pwedeng to the left siya kung kakayanin ng pagtulak or pababa. So, kung iikot na natin to, again kasi ito yung ating positive X and this is our negative X. If we try to rotate, this is our N. So, yung ating weight na to, yung weight, is between positive X and negative Y. So, nandito yung ating weight. What is 3 times 9.8? Tapos 30 degrees. So, ito ay 30. So, meaning this is 60 degrees. Tapos, meron pang isang force papunta naman dito. So, this is 30 degrees. And that is 0.71. 4.71 ang equivalent nito. Wait. Now, dahil nga ang galaw natin, nung inikot na natin, parang to the left or right na lang siya, no, kung iikot natin yung box dahil sa rotation natin. So, dahil nga left or right lang siya, ang kukunin natin yung acceleration sa X. So, what is the net force? So, ito ay may 25 Newton. So, what is the net force? So, una, itong weight natin, ito na yung 4.71 Newton. So, if we're going to take the summation of forces at X is equal to MAX. Kasi kailangan natin acceleration at X. So, to the right, yung 4.71, kaya 4.71 positive cosine ng 60 degrees. Kailangan reference yung nakakabit sa x-axis. Then minus 25 cosine 30. And this is equal to mass natin is 3 times the A. Okay? So, what is A? So, bakit daw naging 4.71? 3 times 9.8. What is 3 times 9.8? It's, again, it should be 27? 29? Oh, this is 29.4. 29.4. So, this is 29.4. So, 29.4 cosine 60. Okay, how do we solve now for the A? Ulit, so we have 29.4 cosine 60 minus 25 cosine 30 And this is all divided by 3 because the mass is 3. So what is A? So what is A? Oh, negative 2.32. But this is only at x. But if we're going to get the magnitude, the value of A is 2.32. Okay, next we have sample problem for an Atwood machine. So when two objects on of equal mass are hung vertically over a frictionless pulley of a negligible mass, the arrangement is called an Atwood machine. The device is sometimes used in the laboratory to calculate the value of the g, determine the magnitude of the acceleration of the two objects, and the tension in the lightweight cord, where M1 is 1 kilogram and M2 is 2 kilogram. So yung bilog, 1 kilogram, yung square, 2 kilogram. So mas mabigat yung M2, no? So at M1 muna tayo. At M1. So si M1, meron siyang weight pababa. So that would be M1. Pero para maging weight, we have to multiply it by G. Tapos, nakakonect siya sa tali. Ito yung ating kinoconsider. Now, what is the acceleration nitong M1? Pababa ba guys o pataas? Tingnan niyo yung figure. Kung mas mabigat si M2, ang tendency, ang mangyayari kay M1 ay go up, no? So, yung A natin dito, positive. A, positive. Now, ano ba yung formula ulit ng second law? F is equal to MA. Okay? So, ano yung net force? So, what are the summation of the force? O yung F net natin? Ito ay tension pataas. So, E, pataas, kaya positive, minus M1G. Kasi yung weight natin pababa. Equal, ang mas na kino-consider natin ngayon dito ay M1. Kaya M1. Then, value ng A is positive. So, solving for the tension is now equal to M1A plus M1G. So, gagamitin natin to first equation. Okay? Now, let us consider M2 at M2. So, ito si M2, yung dot. Si M2, syempre may weight siya pababa. Para maging weight, multiply natin by G. At nakakabit din siya sa tali, so there is a tension. But what is the direction of the acceleration? Pataas o pababa? So it must be downward. Kasi nga, mas mabigat si M2 kaysa kay M1. So, kunin ulit natin F net. So, summation of F is equal to MA. So, tension pataas minus M2G. G equals, dahil M2 ang ating kinoconsider, so M2. But our letter A here is now negative. Kasi nga pababa ang ating sa M2. Now, solving for the tension. So, itong negative M2G, pag nilipat, magiging positive M2G. Then, minus M2A. So, ito yung ating second equation. Now, if we're going to equate both sides, so if the tension is equal to tension, so yung unang T is M1A plus M1G equal sa pangalawang value ng T, which is M2G minus M2A. Ang kailangan natin isolve is si letter A. So, retain natin si M1A dito. Then yung M2A, pag nilipat, magiging positive M2A equals M2G minus, pag nilipat natin tong M1G. So, anong common factor dito? Ang common factor ay A. Lagyan natin dito sa gilid. A, then dito naman, ang common factor ay G. Kaya magiging M2 minus M1. Pero, nakamultiply kay letter G. Then, dito naman si letter A ang factor. So, para ma-solve si A, ito si A, i-divide natin by M1 plus M2. So, take note guys, ito yung formula ng Atwood machine, kahit ano. Okay, so what is now the value of the acceleration? Please solve. May value naman tayo ng M2 at M1. 2 saka 1. Ang value naman ng G ay 9.8. So what is A? Please solve. So that would be 2 minus 1 is 1 divided by 1 plus 2, which is 3. So 1/3 times 9.8. So what is our answer? Again, 1/3 yan ha. 1/3 times letter G is 9.8 or 9.8 divided by 3. .27 meter per second squared. So that is the value of the A. Okay, next. For the elevator problem, a person weighs a 40 Newton object of mass on a spring scale attached to the ceiling of an elevator. What will be the scale reading if the elevator is not moving? Accelerating upward with magnitude of 2 meters per second. Accelerating downward with magnitude of 2 meters per second. So for letter A, if it's not moving, meaning the A is 0. Okay, so let's say this is the object. So the weight is 40 Newton. And let this be the tension. Now, if we're going to get the summation of forces, so T minus 40. Now, what is the mass pala ng object? So, the mass of the object, if the object is 40, we have to divide this by 9.8. So, what is the mass of the object, guys? .40 divided by 9.8. 4.08 kilogram. Okay, so T minus 40 times 4.08, but the acceleration here is 0. So, not moving ang elevator. So, therefore, T is equal to 40 Newton. So, hindi nagbago. Now, letter B. So, same lang ng ating free body diagram, no? Same lang. But, if we take the summation of forces, we have T minus 40 is equal to 4.08. But the acceleration is positive because this is going up. So, we have to multiply this by 2. So, the tension, pag nilipat natin, magiging 40 plus 4.08 times 2. So, what is the value of the tension for letter B? $48.16. Now, letter C. So, ganun din sa letter C. So, tension minus 40 is equal to 4.08. But, the elevator is going down. Kaya magiging negative 2. So, the tension now is equal to 40 minus 4.08 times 2. So, ilan to guys? 31.84 Newton. So, ganito pala nangyayari no, sa elevator. Kapag at rest, syempre yung weight, the same. Kaya kung akit kayo, may dala kayong bag, kung paakyat siya, yung elevator, ano nangyayari sa tension? From 40, tumaas. Para mas bumibigat. Anong reason? Kasi, kinokontra mo yung gravity. Now, kapag galing ka naman sa taas, pababa, from 40, naging 31.84. So, kaya parang pagpababa tayo sa elevator, lalo na kung mabilis, parang feeling natin lightweight tayo. No? Gumagaan. So, bumababa yung tension. Kasi, the movement is along or with the same direction with the gravity. Parehas pababa. Kaya mas bumababa yung tension. So that's the sample for our elevator problem. Okay, next. For the first condition of equilibrium, a system is in equilibrium when the sum of all the forces is zero. At mangyayari yon if the summation of forces is equal to zero, if the summation of forces at x is equal to zero, and the summation of forces at y is also equal to zero. Now, in the figure, if the tension is string 1 and the tension in string 2 is 24 Newton, yung isa is 34. What is the mass of the object? So, free body diagram. So, itong M, gawin muna natin weight kasi we need to get first the weight before we can solve for the mass. So, that is the weight. Ayun yung ating free body diagram. Tension 2, let this be tension 2. Pero hindi natin alam yung value na tong angle. Then we have tension 1. And kung 42, so ayan, meaning this is 50. So kailangan natin yung nakakabit sa reference angle. Ay, sa x-axis. So, the reference angle is 50 degrees. So may value tayo ng T1, may value tayo ng T2. First, we need to solve for the value of the weight. So, kung magsa-summation of forces at y tayo, dalawa yung wala. W saka theta. Kaya kunin muna natin yung summation of forces at x. So, hindi siya nakagalaw, kaya hindi natin siya i-ano sa MA, no? Hindi siya mass times acceleration kasi steady naman to, hindi naman to movement. So, summation of forces at x is equal to 0. So, we have tension 1 going up to the left kasi letter x nga pala tayo. So, negative T1, negative. Ano yung tension? Ang T1 ay 34. So, 34 cosine 50. Ang tension 2 ay to the right, kaya plus 24 cosine theta. Kasi hindi natin alam yung value ng theta. And this is equal to 0. Yung weight, wala namang x component. Kaya, how do we solve for the theta? So, ang cosine theta is equal to, lipat natin itong 34, negative 34, magiging positive 34, cosine 50 degrees, plus, ayan na. And we have to divide this by 24. So, how do we solve for the theta? So, please type arc cosine or shift cosine 34 cosine 50 divided by 24. So, what is the value of the theta, guys? (24.41 degrees. Okay. Next. Kuha naman tayo sa summation of forces at y. Dito na lang. So, sa y, we have tension 1, tension 2, and the weight. Tension 1 pataas. So, ano yung value ng tension 1? We have 34. So, sine 50 plus 24 sine theta. At ang nakuha na natin theta is 24.41. Then, this is equal to the weight. Kasi minus W. So, anong ngayon ang value ng ating weight, guys? Ayan, 34 sine 50 plus 24 sine 24.41. 35.93. Newton, okay? So, ang pinapahanap, what is the mass of the object? So, yung capital M. So, M kasi kailangan natin. So, ang M is the weight, 35.93 divided by 9.8. So, what is the mass? .67. Okay, I guess may another pa. Okay, traffic light, but we have now the free body diagram. So, traffic light weighing 122 newtons hangs from a cable tied to two other cables fastened to a support. The upper cables make angles of 37 degrees and 53 degrees with the horizontal. These upper cables are not as strong as the vertical cable and will break if the tension in them exceeds 100 newton. Does the traffic light remain hanging in this situation, or will one of the cables break? So we need to solve for the value of the tension 1 and the tension 2. And it should not be greater than 100. Kasi pag more than 100 nga, the tensions or the traffic light will break or mauhulog. The cable will break. So in that case, so anong kunin natin? Summation of forces at x muna is equal to 0. So si tension 1, ang value natin ay so ano yung natin? So that would be T1. We don't know the value of the T1. Since this is nasa left side, kaya negative T1. Then cosine 37 plus yung tension 2 nasa right side kaya positive. Then cosine 53 naman yung angle the tension 2. Dahil dalawa lang naman yung force, bali tatlo yung force, yung weight, wala naman siyang x component, kaya equal na lang to sa 0. So, solving for T2, so lipat natin itong negative T1, magiging positive T1, cosine 37. Then we have to divide this by cosine 53. So, yan yung ating value ng T2. Ngayon, kunin naman natin ang summation of forces at y. So, ano yung mga pataas, ano yung pababa? Si tension 1 saka si tension 2 parehas pataas. So, equal sa pababa. Ang pababa natin, yun yung weight. Kaya ang weight is now equal to T1 may value tayo ng weight, no? So, T1, dahil parehas pataas, sine 37. Ang tension 2 naman, pataas din, sine 53 degrees. Okay? So, yung T2, papalitan natin ng T1 cosine 37. So, ano muna yung value ng W? Ang weight is 122 equals T1 sine 37 plus yung T2, papalitan natin, magiging T1 cosine 37 divided by cosine 53. Then, naka-multiply sa sine 53. Okay? So, 122 now is equal to, may common factor, di ba, which is T1 times, natira na lang, sine 37 plus cosine 37. Pero ito kasi ay sine over cosine, and that is equivalent to tangent 53 degrees. Okay? Now, we can now solve for the T1. So, the tension 1 is 122 divided by sine 37 plus cosine 37 tangent 53. Okay, pa-solve. What is the value of the tension 1? $73.42. Okay, so the value of the tension 1 is 73.42 Newton. Now, how about for the tension 2? So, tension 2, ito na yung ating formula. Ito, substitute natin dito. So, T1, which is 73.42 times cosine 37 and i-divide natin sa cosine 53. So what is the value of the tension 2? (97.43 Newton). Okay, so let us now answer the question. Is the traffic light remains hanging? Is the traffic light remains hanging? Or it will break, or one of the cable will break. So, our answer is that the traffic light remains hanging because the tensions does not exceed 100 Newton. So, hindi naman tumaas ng 100. Kaya kasi sabi sa problem, mag-break lang siya kapag lumampas ng 100 Newton. Pero medyo delikado na yung T2, di ba? Kasi 97, almost 100 na. Okay? So that is sample problem number 2. Then we have the last one, which is about the Newton's third law of motion. So first law, law of inertia. Second law, the law of acceleration. And then the third law is the law of interaction. If two objects interact, the force exerted by object 1 on object 2 is equal in magnitude and opposite in direction to the force exerted by object 2 on object 1. So, ibig sabihin, equal yung magnitude but opposite direction. So the force that object 1 exerts on object is properly called as the action force, and the force of object 2 on object 1 is called the reaction force. So that's why the Newton's third law is also known as the action-reaction, aside from the law of interaction. Also, it's action and reaction. So sample, when you jump, your feet push down on the ground and the ground pushes back up on your feet, propelling you upward. Next, we have the rocket launch. When a rocket fires its engine, it expels gas downwards action. The rocket experiences an equal and opposite force that pushes it upwards, and that would be the reaction, allowing it to leap off the ground. Okay, so we just have one example. If P is 6 Newton, what is the magnitude of the force exerted on block 1 by block 2 and block 2 by block 3? Now, kung in-apply ko yung P is 6 Newton, ang tinutulak ko lang ba dyan guys ay 2 kilogram o lahat? So, you are not just pushing 2 kilogram, you're also pushing the 3 kilogram and the 5 kilogram. So therefore, we have the total mass. So the total mass is 10 kilogram. And the total force applied is 6 Newton. So therefore, what is A? So the P, let us just make it letter F. So A, if force is equal to MA, so the force is 6 divided by 10. So the A is equal to 0.6 meter per second squared. Okay? Now, let us now consider block 1. So, si block 1. Block 1. Si block 1, papuntahin natin kay block 2. Block 1 to 2. So, si block 2, ano mangyayari guys? Meron tayong 6 Newton that going to the right. Right? Kasi tinutulak natin si block 1. Pero, tinutulak siya pabalik ni block 2. And let that be F 1 to 2. So, that will let this be F to 1. Okay? So, ano nga yan ang ating summation of forces? 6 to the right minus F21. And this is equal to the mass dahil ang kinoconsider natin ay si block 1, 2, then the acceleration, we have 0.6. Kasi yun ay yung value. So, what is F21? So, F21 is now equal to 6 minus 2 times 0.6. So, what is F21? And 2 times 0.6 is 1.2. 6 minus 1.2, that will give us 4.8 Newton. 4.8 Newton. Ngayon, doon tayo kay block 2. Kay block 2. So, ito ngayon si block 2. Si block 2, yung F21 kasi is 4.8 Newton. So, ayun yung ayun na ngayon yung tumutulak kay block 2 na galing kay F1. So, take note that this is also our F12. Okay? So, kung si F21 kanina ay to the left, si F12 to the right. Siya ngayon ang tumutulak kay 3 kilogram. So, meron tayo ditong F12. Value nito ay 4.8. Pero, meron tayo ditong block 3. So, tinutulak naman siya pabalik ni block 3. So, let this be F32. Okay? So, if we're going to get the forces ulit, to the right, 4.8 minus F32 equal, dahil block 2 na to, we have 3 times 0.6. So, solving for F32, what is F32? Magiging positive siya, so magiging 4.8 minus 3 times 0.06. So, F32 is 3 Newton. Okay, nakuha ba guys? So, again, ang F32, ito rin yung ating F23. Equal lang sila but of opposite direction. Now, kung titingnan, ito, kay block 1, para mas madali lang, no? Ano yung mass nito? 3. Kay block 1, ito yung magiging result. 3 plus 5, 8. And 8 times 0.6. Ayan ang makukuha natin. 4.8 Newton. 4.8 Newton. Ngayon, sa pangalawa, yan, wala pala yung at. Okay? So, ulit. So, yung una, yung 25, block 1, this is 8. 3 plus 5, 8. And 8 times 0.6, that will give us 4.8 Newton. Pag considering block 2, ang tinutulak na lang ay 5 kilogram lang. So 5 times the acceleration, 0.6, and that will give us 3 Newton. Okay? Okay, so that's all for our topic for today.